Attention please. This upload is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. GPITRAL. Definitely a must-see. Follow us.
Hewn into the wall of the entrance to the tunnel is a cross serving as a memorial to its past religious association. But it is at the top end that Johnny feels a growing sense of spirit presence.
I get this heavy feeling of foreboding, and I feel like I'm facing my death standing here. I get this feeling that whatever happened here, that cross, wasn't going to let that energy pass out of here.
Johnny is then drawn to a side chamber. This is the room where Mark had trouble with his recording equipment, and her attention is drawn to a shelf at the back.
That looks like an altar.
And there's a man, he just pulls my chest, and he stands at the entrance to the door there, and you can feel him, he's watching us now, he's aware of us.
Yes, because no one leaves this room. But there's something else here, and I can't put my finger on it.
There's a lady here.
Yes. Is this one of the nuns?
Yes.
I don't like it in here, and I'm ready to go.
Johnny's a striking black woman.
Both Johnny and Rudy feel that the tunnel was used for some dark purpose while it was part of the nunnery, something which local historian Fred Davis picks up on.
It wasn't a tunnel at all. It was one of two cells that were cut directly back into the hillside, and it was used as punishment cells for the young nuns. It is said, although I couldn't confirm it, that one of the awful punishments was pulling out of fingernails.
And there is a contemporary account which may explain Johnny and Rudy's feeling of a man and woman's lingering spirit in the side chamber.
A young nun escaped from a convent because of the treatment there. She had fallen in love with a gardener, the only man that was employed in the place. There had been suggestions that even she was pregnant. I mean, this would be unforgivable.
Johnny then meets up with the family to hear their story.
What was the first time that you felt that there was something amiss with your property, with your home?
The kitchen's horrible. Kitchen can be really horrible, can't it?
Yeah, the kitchen's black.
It's light in here, but it's still really
Dark
pitch black in the kitchen.
Black shadow stands by the fridge.
Is that guy that's standing at one of the rooms in that tunnel in there?
Yeah, he's there.
Does he come in your room, Chris?
Yeah. Big black shadow walks
Yes, you can feel
across the room right to the curtain.
This man has taken over your home. He goes from kitchen all the way to the back of the house. He moves back and forth. This is a loving home, and you've got all this darkness, and that's what we need to address, and that's what we're going to shift.
Yeah.
Okay?
Chris and Coral's flat forms part of a larger property, DeSale's house, which had various uses before the nuns moved in. It sits in an area known as the Ghost Triangle, where ley lines of psychic energy are believed to cross the countryside.
Ley lines traverse the whole globe. Interestingly, there is a very, very strong ley line that runs from an ancient burial site up on the top of Mendip Hill, through Shepton Mallet, through the church, very close to Sell's house, and down to Glastonbury. I believe that it is the energy from these lines that may well have been creating the poltergeist.
Shepton Mallet also sits in an area which has a rich and bloody heritage.
Its history goes back from the days when there was a Roman town here. In the 8th century, for example, a son of an Irish king and 11 followers were slaughtered here in Shepton Mallet. There's good reason for them to haunt the town alone. We've had lots of witch trials, burning of witches in our marketplace, the Monmouth Rebellion. 13 poor Protestants were hung, drawn and quartered. Their quarters boiled in oil and placed at strategic points around the town as a warning to other rebels.
It is now time for house cleanser Ian Lawman to rid the property of the spirits the family have felt. First, he looks around the rooms of their flat. He starts in the bedroom, the room where Chris believes she saw a black cloud hovering above her bed.
It's really, it's quite cloudy in here, almost like being in a nightclub. You walk in, you can slice it. It's so strange. Quite a nasty taste in my mouth, like a thirst. You know, when sometimes you want a drink and you can't get a drink down. It's just quite a nasty taste. That's interesting. I get a coldness, a draft.
Ian looks into the bathtub, then suddenly turns around.
I just got it then, just like a small child, just run straight past me.
Ian's in a long black leather coat.
Quite mischievous. I don't like it in here, I must move out.
Ian then moves to the kitchen, the room which backs straight onto the tunnel.
We can feel the energy changing instantly as soon as you walk through the door. It kind of feels warmer, but once again it's heavier, and I want to be drawn over here. So if I want to walk through, it's almost like a portal, and if I put your hand all the way through, but I don't like it.
Tall, shaven-headed Ian puts the palm of his hand on the wall.
Almost feeling quite nauseous now. Feeling very, very sick. Okay.
Meeting the family, Ian is keen to hear how what they are experiencing is affecting them.
I've had a look around your property, very negative house. I've only ever come across 2 properties like this in my lifetime. What's actually been happening to you, Carol?
Basically shout, abuse at my mum, like really nasty.
So it's now affecting your relationship?
Yeah, she can tell me and I can't remember it. She hates waking me up.
Her face changes, she goes sort of a grey, horrible colour.
Okay, from what you're explaining to me now, I think what's happening is spirit possession. I believe you've got level 1 of possession. It means that you'll start getting tired, start getting moody and snappy. Level 2 is where possessions will start taking place. You could actually lash out, become more violent.
I've done that.
You've already done that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in my opinion, then you're moving on to level 2. Level 3, where 9 times out of 10 you won't get out of bed. The times when you do get out of bed, be very drained, very exhausted, but you'll swear, you'll start smelling because you'll start changing. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So, and you will actually see physical changes. I am very, very concerned that you're at level 2 now.
Yeah.
I would like to go and have a look in the tunnel. Now I think that's the next stage we need to be looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the tunnel, Ian now tries to get a sense for himself of what is going on. As he walks up the stone passage, this 200-year-old structure seems to speak to him from the past.
Shadows fall across the walls of the dark, arched tunnel.
There's chanting.
He slowly paces and looks about him, then suddenly spins around. He briefly looks into a chamber off the passage.
If you can hear my voice, can you step forward from your world into ours? Johnny, could you bring everyone up for me?
Okay, everybody, follow me.
The family is now joined by close friends and fellow residents who have come to take part in the clearance of the spirits that many of them have felt around them. As they gather, Johnny raises the issue of this tunnel previously being used for Halloween parties.
What have you been doing in here?
Nothing. I don't come in.
You've been having parties in here?
Yeah, we had Halloween.
Oh, whoa.
Just for the kids, wasn't it?
No, you've been... Seriously, I'm not being horrible to you, but that's kind of disrespectful to them. These people are quite angry, and you're coming in celebrating, having laughter and enjoyment with your friends, which I can understand, but you've also got to remember that these are going to be really off with you.
Yeah, and
do you
bringing the
understand?
spirits of children in here.
But this also could have been half the problem, and as your symptoms got worse since this has happened.
Since we had the party.
Yeah? Okay, see, this is what you've got to remember. They're so annoyed with you enjoying yourself in their home.
It wasn't my idea.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter whose idea it is. You've got to remember they're going to be really annoyed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Temperature's dropping.
As it gets colder, several members of the group start to feel uneasy.
My legs have gone stiff.
Like you've been held still.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel?
Sick. I feel like being kicked in my back.
There's somebody behind you.
Yeah.
Can you ask out if there's anybody there and you can hear my voice, give us a sign.
Is there anybody here? Can you hear my voice?
Yeah.
Could you give us a sign?
Okay. Okay, just keep taking deep breaths, keep taking deep breaths.
Sounded like a low groan.
Yeah.
Just 2 seconds, guys, okay. Can you, for me, in quite a firm voice, tell them to stand back?
Stand back.
Just take your hands away.
Ian calls out.
Stand back! Okay, step forward. Okay. Face the entrance. Keep turning around.
Is that all right if I go out?
Yeah, please do. Yeah, if you want to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
If I can.
Yeah. Just keep asking them to stand back. It's obviously the males are not wanting the males to be in here.
As neighbour Chris leaves, Johnny now leads the group from the main tunnel into the side chamber, the room with the altar where she had experienced strong negative feelings on her walk around.
They're in a small cell-like chamber.
This is evil. This is really, really bad. Someone's just shouted.
Ian also starts to feel these negative emotions, an overwhelmingly powerful sense of despair emanating from the area of the back wall above the altar.
He puts his hand on the wall.
No. Go.
Okay, no worries.
Go.
Johnny and the other women hurry out. Ian standing on the altar, a raised stone ledge, with his ear to the wall.
I've got to get out of here, get some breath.
It appears this side room is where the energy is strongest. Coming up, Ian feels the spirit take hold. And it all gets too much for Coral.
You don't have to do that ever again, okay?